I almost forget about Dire Morales. But those are like the three like black dragons. But do they consider every version of Fatalis a black dragon? So would Crimson and White Fatalis be separate black dragons, or are they just constituted under Fatalis? Or am I thinking too much into this? Hmm. Because I'd assume they'd be classified as different, I guess? Because technically they're not the same, right? Because White Fatalis, I think you officially are the lore master. No, because in the games they ended up renaming it when I was brought back into White Fatalis. They ended up renaming it when they brought it back into Generations. Was it in there? Maybe, but they ended up renaming it to Old Fatalis. So technically, it could technically be the same Fatalis that we fought, because the first Fatalis, that isn't an actual fight. Can I fucking pause this, by the way? Nope. Okay, no pause. Yep, no pause, because why would I be able to pause a fucking game? Oh, Aura? Let's go.
That's the way to the village.
Oh, what the fuck? Yo, what the hell is going on with their paws? What was I saying? Okay, so if you think about it lore-wise, there's technically three Fatalises, but we don't exactly know because White is supposed to be an old Fatalis because they renamed it Old Fatalis. So would that Fatalis be the same as the one seen in Monster Hunter 1? Because technically in Monster Hunter 1, it's not, or not Monster Hunter 1, whichever the earliest Fatalis, was it Monster Hunter 1? Whatever the earliest Fatalis was, it was technically not an actual fight you had. It's technically like a story talking about Fatalis. So you're technically not actually fighting Fatalis. Am I gonna? I should have eaten, bro. I only got 21 minutes of this shit. I also didn't refill on my shit. I'm an idiot. Oh, I'm a fucking idiot, dude. Can I return from quest? Return with the item to collect at the party that you were not doing. Yeah, I need to return. Give me a second. Okay. So we can also like talk about this a little bit. So yeah, Fatalis 1, you technically don't fight him because it's talking about like it before. So that's just a legend. We don't know about that actual like that actually it did happen. And so let me go in here real quick. Yeah, okay, I'm good. Okay, so yeah, you don't technically fight Fatalis in the first one, so that could technically be whatchamacallit. That could technically. Oh wait, I should also re-eat because I'm pretty sure it's gonna take me longer than 21 minutes to fight. So let me re-eat. Okay, so yeah, so the first Fatalis we technically see is White Fatalis, aka Old Fatalis. And I'm assuming lore-wise, they're not all connected, right? Not all the monsters are connected, or are they connected? Because if so, then there would be three different Fatalises, right? Because White Fatalis, because it'd be Black Fatalis, the normal Fatalis, and then White Fatalis, because White and Black can't be the same one because we end up killing, quote unquote, killing Black Fatalis. But then it also can't, why old Fatalis can't be Crimson Fatalis, because Crimson Fatalis has the mutation with like the horn growing on its fucking head, and White Fatalis doesn't have that. So it has to be a different Fatalis. Oh shit, I wasn't paying attention. Not gonna lie, I don't think I've paid attention to lore in Monster games. I like started watching like lore videos about them because I like got so like super curious about it, and next thing you know, here I am like wondering how many Fatalises are there. Well, also technically, okay. So then we also gotta take into account the lore behind. Well, then again, it's also weird because a lot of the lore we know about it comes from the mouth of a human because they don't keep like physical records because they burned all of it, right? And a human is only so reliable of a narrator, right? Also, what the fuck is this dude doing? Holy shit! And so, like, how much of like his lore is like actually like true? You know what I'm saying? Because we don't ever get like in-game whatchamacallit, we never get in-game confirmation of anything, right? We hear the stories of people wearing his armor will go crazy and turn to a Fatalis. The thing is, we've never seen a Fatalis, and we've never killed a Fatalis. Lore-wise, there's never been a Fatalis to be killed until you get to like Worlds where we like officially kill one. So where would the idea of if you wear its armor come from? Because no one's actually worn it. When it is so locked into the lore, it's... I don't know what you're talking about. But you get what I'm saying, right? Like, how do we know, like, this stuff is true? Because, only so much said from a person can be true. Because, it's like a Bible situation, where, like, so many stories come from it because the original thing was lost to time. So how much of it is actually true of the Fatalis lore? I'm just thinking. And then it's like, then it has like contradictions, right? With like, like the whole thing of it saying like, oh, like monsters are repelled from Fatalis, like have a natural instinct to get away from it, right? But then in the lore it also says that he's able to summon elder dragons to aid him in battle. But doesn't that contradict the notion that monsters will just naturally run away from it?
Does that replenish its energy?
And then it comes into another thing of like the idea that Fatalis, no matter what, will regenerate, right? And it says like if he has a singular scale left that he'll be able to regenerate, right? But the question is, naturally the scales are going to fall off, right? Naturally scales will fall off. So when they fall off naturally, do they still regenerate into a new Fatalis because they're no longer a part of the host? And so, would it not just form a new Fatalis, or isn't the idea that it's like old, so it won't? It makes sense that Elder Dragons have always gone against the norm, I guess. But yeah, but like the whole like think of it coming back from a singular scale, that one never made sense to me. Because I feel like just naturally they fall off, right? And also, another one that like trips me out is the second coming of Fatalis will mark the end of the world, right? That's what we're made to believe. But if Fatalis never left, how could he come back? It's too early in the night for me. It's like 4 a.m. It's the Flint topic. But am I wrong though? If he never leaves, how is he supposed to come back? Oh, I'm a fucking idiot. I just canceled out my fucking potion. I don't know, this is just like the random shit I think about. Okay, and another thing. It is also said that Fatalis would be able to scorch the world in flames in less than 2 days, right? But if we're talking like realistically, would that actually like be true? Because it took him like a day, right, to take care of Shrade. So if it took him a day to take out Shrade, would he really be able to take out the whole world in 2-3 days? Because Shrade, like one kingdom, brought him to like a day. So I don't know how much I believe about him being able to burn the world in 2-3 days. You're crafting about it? Oh, listen, it's just weird to think, right? Because, you know, there's nothing clearly known about Fatalis and whatnot. Also, bitch, get fucking blocked, bitch. And then another thing too, why does it just have a natural hatred for humanity, right? And why did it attack specifically Shrade? I know it's because, like, you know, the fucking dragon war and whatnot, but if Fatalis, like, naturally has a, like, you know, reluctance for the normal monsters and whatnot, why would it suddenly join them against Shrade unless it already had a personal vendetta against it? That's why I subscribe to the idea that Fatalis is actually the equal dragon weapon. Okay, we're back to this. And that's where it's hatred for, especially Shrade. Because it's not, because it could have just kept going, right? It could have kept going during the war to like kill like every single human, take out every civilization, right? But it stopped with Shrade. It had a personal vendetta against Castle Shrade itself and its kingdom. And I know, the fucking equal dragon weapon was only concept art in the first book that had no actual fucking purpose in the story. But, you know, oh, fuck. That's upsetting. But am I wrong to think that, like, the possibility of him being the equal dragon weapon isn't too far-fetched? Considering we're literally dealing with Arkvale, who, I don't know the whole lore, but what I've heard from it is that he was fucking tortured by humans as a battery. Imagine if, instead of just using a battery as a weapon, you know, they made a fucking monster weapon. And that monster's Fatalis. And that's why he has such a like deep hatred for Shrade. Because if you think about it, okay. You can like kinda explain Elatrion, right? The master of the elements, you know? But with Fatalis, there isn't like an actual like explanation on how it would work in the world, right? It's a dragon. It's a proper fire-breathing dragon. And so, oh god, there's another one of these fuckers. We focus on telling us But like, am I wrong to think about this? I don't think I'm that wrong. Also, sneak attack, bitch. Bink! Like, it's just like, is it not like interesting to think about too? Like the idea that like humanity's like quote unquote strongest weapon eventually was like the reason why their civilization and everything fucking crumbled. It's an interesting thought because like, what if like, okay, so like, let's say Latreon, like, or let's say Fatalis is, like was made by humans. Would that mean that Elatron would have a chance to also be made by humans? Hmm. And then, like, okay, another thing I don't get, like, with, like, the Fatalis, Crimson Fatalis, why does he suddenly have mastery of, like, space? Actually, no, okay, yeah, why does he have mastery of, like, asteroids and shit? Like, he can just randomly rain down asteroids? But then you go to White Fatalis, suddenly this dude's a dimension breaker. Like, why the fuck does he get the Yamato, bro? What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Because, like, in his fight, we see him, like, break, like, he literally comes from a portal from another dimension. Wait, so if it's a portal from another... Wait, okay, I'm just thinking. Okay, it's a portal from another dimension, so that means it is not... Because me and my friend Amy were having this conversation about them. Because she thinks that 3 Fatalises are always alive at once. You have the Black Fatalis, the normal one, you have White, and you have Crimson. But if during the event, or during like the fight when he was first introduced, he came from equals Virgil, true. He is the storm that is approaching. But like, think about it. Okay, so he comes from a different world, so the theory of there's always 3 Fatalises doesn't work. Because he came from a different dimension. Lol, get fucked. So technically that doesn't work, the idea that there's 3 at a time, because one came from a different dimension, and that different dimension could have a Fatalis that never actually lost the fight to us in Worlds, because World, we kill Fatalis, supposedly. We kill Fatalis, unless we do turn it into a dragon, but that makes no sense, because, like, theoretically, if, like, because every, okay, think about it. Per kill, also, that was only 12 minutes. Per death, there is a total of 4 players that could be in a game. And so that's a total of 4 people that are able to get sets of armor from Fatalis. So if you think about it, technically there should be 4 Fatalises, because the idea that the Fatalis armor turns the wearer into a Fatalis. So there should technically be 4 Fatalises. But one of them, White Fatalis, were a different dimension, normal Fatalis. So does that not work anymore? The idea that, like, there's... Because apparently there can only ever be, like, 1 Fatalis at a time, because the second coming of Fatalis marks the end of the world, right? So if 4 Fatalises... This makes no sense. Fatalis lore makes no sense.
Almost as if it was trying to replenish its power.
Or are we presuming that... Like, when you are carving, it's only you, technically, story-wise. But then that also makes no sense, because we have the rest of the Fatalis carcass, right? And its ability to regenerate from scales, right? So technically, when you're fighting it, you're chipping off scales from it. You're chipping off parts of it. So technically, there should be like hundreds of Fatalises, right? With how many like chipped scales come off. Make a video. Like, the Fatalis lore makes no sense. You see what I'm talking about, Jake? It's like, Fatalis lore makes no sense. I'm just, like, thinking. What else? Like, how do you make all this work without just saying, don't think about it? And then, okay, this also isn't taking into account the idea that, Doshiguma has an upgrade. Damn, that Doshiguma doesn't upgrade this? That's upsetting. What the hell is this? Oh, wait, what the fuck? We have the fish? The fish is back? When did the fish get added back? What the hell? So let's go down here. Let's see the new armor. Wait, that Doshiguma didn't have any armor? That Doshiguma doesn't count as a fucking thing? Oh, I'm gonna crash out, cuh. I'm gonna crash the fuck out. Alright, whatever. I was good not to.
Hey, Hunter. Ready to go? Okay.
Wait, no, I was supposed to refill up my shit! Fuck. Whatever.
Just this way.
No, please, let me get start, whatever. But yeah, so the thing, like, I just think about this, like, whenever, like, it's nighttime and I'm, like, alone with my thoughts, I'd be thinking, like, how does the Fatalis lore make sense? Unless, okay, and then you can also think about, like, the crazy shit, alright? We already know Fatalis, White Fatalis, aka Old Fatalis, he has the ability to dimension hop, right? Because he literally does it in the games to come to our dimension. So what if each one of these stories comes from a different dimension, where each one of these stories is true, but not all of them are for the same Fatalis, you know what I mean? But then that opens up a whole new set of, like, things, like, does each one of these have, like, a old Fatalis, or do they have a black Fatalis, or do they have a crimson, or do they have a different kind of Fatalis? You know what I mean? Like, if each one has a different story that connects to it, then it means that each Fatalis plays by different rules, which makes no sense, right? Because, or is it... Yeah, I think about Fatalis at night when I'm alone, yeah. What about it? I think about Fatalis and Dash Juice every night. God, I'm losing my mind. This Fatalis lore doesn't make any sense! And then another thing that also makes no sense to me, the idea that Fatalis, or this one makes a little, like, this makes a little more sense, but not fully, because if you think about it, when Fatalis does the armor pin, right, it says that it absorbs the hunters and their armor, right, into himself to make his stuff stronger, and he gains the perks and stuff, right? But a lot of, like, armor is actually, like, not actual, like, metals, right? Like, there's leather armors, there's just, like, there's armors literally made from animals, so how does he melt them into his skin? Because they just turn into goop, right? And the goop would just fall off, right? Because not all of it's metal. So how does it infuse with him? It doesn't make sense, that one either. And then another one that made no sense to me, another one that's, like, super weird, they say if you even touch Fatalis, the scales are so sharp it'll kill you. That makes no fucking sense, man. Oh god, what is this? What's happening? Gul's trying to get inside? What's trying to get inside? Oh my god. Is that Rathalos? Oh my god. He's tripping off the perk 40. Rathalos question mark, question mark, question mark? Oh, sorry if I'm spoiling, Jay. What the hell? Why are they juicing? That ain't no normal fucking Rathalos, cuh. Also, can we talk about, like, I don't care about monsters. Okay. But, yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot. Like, the Fatalis lore just doesn't make sense. Is it wrong for me to think like this? Like, to think about it like that?
A little while later.
I have a theory.
Shouldn't take it out on you.
Oh my god, hurry up, not to stop being a little bitch. Let me get to, like, a part where I can actually talk.
His role among our people was particularly important. That pendant has a very unique function. The energy of
Hurry up! back on call for some bullshit, bro. Jay, I have a theory. I have a theory because of the stuff we just learned about this stuff. I have a theory. I just thought, oh my god, I have a theory, and yes, it is a game theory. Like, it just, I got a theory about like this stuff. Go ahead, bro. Okay, so we just learned about like what the fuck happened to like the Doshiguma and stuff, and like the Rathalos. These things are called guardians, and they're basically man-made versions of the monsters we all know. And so these monsters don't need to eat, and instead they need Wyverian milk, is what it's called, I guess. It's like the energy Sappy Jiva like would eat up. So what if? Okay, what if Fatalis is the Equal Dragon weapon? Because the Equal Dragon weapon is like, you know, a human made monster. It's a human made dragon. So Fatalis wouldn't need to eat, and so this explains the absorbing people. Because remember how I was saying that when he absorbs like armor, it doesn't make sense because a lot of it is like leather and like flesh. It's not like metals. What if when he does it, he's actually absorbing the remnants of the fucking Wyverian basically energy that they need to live. So instead of like fucking doing that, he's absorbing the energy from your fucking things. He's absorbing the energy from your like armor and stuff, and that would make sense with how he's able to get your fucking perks, right? That's how he's able to get your skills, because he's absorbing it into himself. Humans made Fatalis. I guess this thing out of pocket, laughing. Power Please Collaborate time! Bitch! Eat this! Oh. Man, that's just a theory, though. A game theory. Offset, bitch!